Hut hut. Let's party. My man Latrell Bumhpus in town. Uh, Welcome to the Hut Hut podcast, buddy.
So glad to be here.
Happy to have you, man.
Yes, sir.
So we're doing the combine training thing, pro day, getting ready for the NFL. I've just been so super excited to have you around. You are a fan favorite, and by fan I mean my staff. Um, Sorry to the other guys out there; they'll be watching. But Bumps, if he's not top of the list, he's competing with whoever is close to the top. But not East Tennessee,
Yeah, West.
West
Yeah,
Tennessee,
Savannah, Tennessee. Hmm.
Tennessee boy, Tennessee volunteer, and now right here at home, training for the NFL future. Man, it's awesome. I'm excited for you. So just talk a little bit about growing up on the West Side. Did you always want to play for Tennessee?
Oh yeah, I actually wanted to play baseball growing up. Like that's what I always was doing growing up. I played like a little bit of pee wee football and stuff, middle school football. But I think my love for football started. My brother always played football, and we was about 10 years apart, so he roughed me around and stuff. So as I got older, I started getting bigger too. So I started growing into football, and then in baseball, I started leveling out. And then I think my freshman year, football started clicking for me, and then baseball kind of was what it was. But I still kept playing to senior year. Started getting offers in football, and then came to Tennessee.
That's all she wrote, baby.
Yep.
So did your brother play anywhere?
No, he didn't.
He loved football, and
Yeah, he played defensive end too, so I think that's what helped me start liking defensive end too.
that's awesome, man. Your parents big?
My dad, he probably 6'2", but I got an uncle, he about 6'5", 300 something.
All of them country, I'm sure.
Yeah, they are.
Oh man, that is awesome. My man Bump is hunter, fisher, country boy.
Yeah,
I dig. We had a little farm party the other day with the boys. They'd never seen any animals get gutted or killed, and Bump was in his camo and his cowboy boots. So you fit right in, man.
Yep.
That was awesome. So just talk to me a little bit about being at Tennessee. Obviously, you went through a coaching change, and hype and everybody. Obviously, Coach Rodney. What do you call him? Coach Garner.
Coach G.
Coach G.
Yep.
So he's one of the last Mohicans, man, of the old school guys that
Yep.
do things what I consider the right way. I've been around him a couple times. Just the amount of respect I have for him. He feels like football to me.
Yep.
And then Hype's got the thing rolling. So just talk about it, man. Talk about your time over at Tennessee. Obviously, a lot of people in this town, man, the Orange rules. So obviously, being a Tennessee kid. I was a Tennessee kid too. Dreamed of running through the T. My dad ran through the T. My dad played at Tennessee, and my hiccups early cost me that.
Yeah.
Which thank God it happened because my wife got me straight after that, as you know. But just everybody in this state that just grows up loving the Big Orange and then getting to actually do it. Just talk a little bit, man, with multiple coaches and getting to play for Tennessee, being a Tennessee kid. Like, has it been? I'm sure all the wildness has run off now that you've been doing it for so long. But talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, at first, it didn't start off like I thought it was going to start off. As I was coming in recruiting 2016, they had a really good year. I come in 2017, we win like 5 or 6 games, I think, had like the worst SEC record ever at Tennessee. So it was kind of a little curveball. Got a new coach. It's a lot of learning adjustments, different style of coaching. I had to learn like the little X's and O's really had to be more detailed. Then here come along, Coach Heibel came. The whole little culture just changed for the better, I thought. And then you kind of can see the performance and stuff on the field continue to get better each year, and I think it's going to be great going forward.
I love that. I talked to Coach Heupel a few times. Obviously, I got a ton of respect for him. He was number one, a great player, and then number two, now obviously, because I came in with Coach Former.
Yep.
My dad played for Coach Former. I came in with Coach Former. Shout out to Coach Former out there. He ran me out of town. I'm gonna get him on here one of these days. Talk about it running me out of here. But that's my guy. I've been running my whole life. But this is the first time it's felt like Tennessee football since Coach Former left. Obviously, Lane was wild and crazy, and the media was fired up for Lane because he always gave the media something to talk about. But Hype's got it back now to where it feels like Tennessee football, man. This town's fired up. And the one thing I can tell about him is work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
Which I love that kind of coach. Like, hey, when it's time to work, boys, buckle your chin strap. And when we earn something, when we accomplish things, then it's time to play.
Yeah.
But not till it's earned. Is that about right? Is that how he is?
And I think that's what helped a lot of guys buy in because it's not – we there for football, obviously, but a lot of time we did stuff outside the field, whether that was – we used to play kickball, go play softball, or something like that. And then I think probably like twice a month we have a cookout as a team, just get away from football, just go in the stadium, have a cookout. And I know like one year Coach Hyper had got Top Golf in the stadium for us, and that was pretty cool. So we do a lot of team bonding experience. So it's not all about football and stuff. A lot of times, I think those bonds go a lot farther than football can take you.
That is awesome, man. Even when I was in the NFL, that's the one thing I always try to teach my young teammates is like, man, you have to be family outside the field. Because if we're just coworkers, then we're like everybody else in the world. And this is what makes football so special is the brotherhood, the relationships. And I'm never the guy that's an anti-coach that wasn't a former player. There's a lot like Bill Belichick didn't play in the NFL. He's won a few games, right? Nick Saban, I'm pretty sure didn't play in the NFL. He's won a few games. So there's some coaches out there that are just unbelievable men, unbelievable coaches that win a lot of games and do a lot of great things. But for me personally, man, when you're a former player, it just gives you that little bit of extra edge. And obviously, Coach Heupel was a big-time college football player, and he understands the importance of team and bonding and loving each other outside of just looking at your buddy for a twist call or what's the blitz package this week, and when it's just football, 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 football. And some of these career coaches that weren't former players at a high level, they're just coaches. It's just ball, 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 ball. Whereas some of the times when you get the former players, which can be a negative thing sometimes. Like there's a lot of former players out there, they want to be players still. That definitely don't work. Like player schedule is nice. Every day when you go home and go chill, those coaches are up there worrying about these 18-year-old idiots they got to recruit and the game plan and oh my gosh, we play so and so in 2 weeks and when's the bye week and Hype's got to go to this function and it's so the former players that want a player schedule that doesn't work either. But those former players that adapt to coaching and become real coaches, that's when it's special, man. And it seems like that's exactly what he's doing. That is awesome. So last year was wild, obviously disappointing, but just talk about the energy being on a Tennessee team ranked first in the country. I know it was short-lived, but truly competing for a national championship in that stadium, the amount of people, being a Tennessee guy, just talk about this year's energy.
Yeah, those 5 or 6 days that we was number one, it was pretty crazy. You could feel the energy just around the whole Knoxville, and anywhere we go to, everybody was coming up to us, talking to us, and things of that nature. But just starting off from the season, I think we started playing on Thursday night. It was a packed out crowd. Then we went to Pitt, won that game in overtime. I think that kind of set the tone for the season. And then from that point on, every game was sold out. At the Vol Walk, I don't know how many people was there. It had probably been like 60, 70,000 each game. And I feel like each Vol Walk, the fans kept getting closer to us as we were walking. You could just kind of feel it. Like, as soon as we got off the bus, first of all, I felt it when we was riding along Leland Drive, and you could see all the boats out there on the river. Each game, it kept getting more and more houseboats out there, and you could just feel the vibe as soon as we pulled up to the stadium.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, shout out to my man Heavy Harris, who owns Dynabody over in Maryville. He has a suite up at the stadium, and he invited me to. I think it was Akron. And bro, I parked in the parking garage, and I just said, this place is a zoo. I mean, it's unbelievable, unbelievable the amount of people that just love Tennessee football, and when you're winning and you're competing for, number one rankings and SEC titles, it's just cool, man. And like I said, I'm a Knoxville kid. The Big Orange is the Big Orange around here, and when y'all are winning, man, this town's just crazy. And everybody's happier. Everybody spends more money. By the way, come on down to Triple F, spend your money while Tennessee's winning now. But no, it's cool, man. That is awesome. Well, just talk to me about this. Obviously you were going on the mental journey of what life looks like after college. Right? Like you don't know. I was there. Trust me. Everything you're ever going to go through, I already been through it. Except for being as good looking as you. I don't have that trait. But besides that, leaving college, getting to the NFL, being a rookie, like anything you ever go through, getting injured, getting traded, getting fired, getting paid, getting whatever. So all these unknowns, the most stressful one is because high school to college, you're just a dumb 18-year-old kid, right? This is the biggest transition in your athletic life that has the most kind of anxiety and unknowns. So just talk a little bit about that, man, about finishing up the season, you're healthy, and it's time to go after this NFL thing. And how in the world did you end up at Triple F? And just talk to me a little bit about how the last few months has been.
Yeah, it's actually been nice because once I figured out where I was going to train at, I thought that took a lot of weight off my shoulders too. Because a lot of times you get stressed out about that because you don't know where you're gonna go to, what place might be right for you and stuff. So I remember the day I came over here and talked to you, whatever. That was about 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. And I remember I left and I was like, yeah, that's where I want to go to, and been here ever since, and it's been a good time. But I think the most stressful thing is probably just you have no clue what's next. Like going from high school to college, like you're gonna come to Tennessee or whatever for you got 4 years, do what you're supposed to do. But I think going into the league is so like business oriented that you never know when your last day might be. So I think that's really stressful there too.
Yeah, it's what's crazy is high school to college, they wine and dine you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You get to pick. Like college to the NFL, you don't get to pick. They pick you.
Yep.
Like, could you imagine if Michigan would have called you and said, "Hey, you're playing college football for Michigan, whether you like it or not"? Well, no, I want to go to Tennessee. Too bad you're playing for Michigan, right? Like that's pro football. The New England Patriots drafted me, man, and cut me at final cuts. And I'm like, out of all the teams that could have drafted me, Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez were rookies the year before me. And it's like, I get to practice in training camp, and I'm like, I sure hope every tight end in the NFL don't look like these two avatars do, or I'm in trouble, right? Come to find out, they're probably the best two tight ends ever at their specific roles. Aaron was a little different body type, but just absolute phenoms, and that's who drafts me, right? Get cut at final cuts, and my career kind of ends up in Buffalo. But you're right, man. It's wild because it is an unknown, and as you get older in the league, just with your versatility and all these NFL guys that I've been hitting up are high on you. So I won't drop any names, but they're high on you because you can play every position, and the Lord keeps you healthy, man. You're going to look back when you're a veteran and say, you know what, I shouldn't have got stressed about all that little stuff because it was what it was. It's going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. But you're going to be fine, man. Hopefully you'll get drafted to a place that needs you and values you. And if not, there's 31 other pretty girls at the dance, right? Like that's what he used to always say. Just go ball. Every Sunday afternoon is a job interview for the other 31 teams. And I always loved where I was, and I was going to give the team I was playing for my all and be great to my teammates. But just in case they fell out of love with me, I wanted to make sure that I was doing my thing on Sundays. So that'd be my advice: is be all in for the team that drafts you, man. Do everything right. Take care of yourself. Take care of your teammates. Be a pro, which I have zero worry with you. And then Sundays is an interview, man. Don't be stressed. Just go be you. Just go be you. You're a baller, right?
Just need a chance.
That's right, baby. That's right. And you're going to get it. There's no doubt about it. But anything ever gets you all stressed and worked up, just call me. Because I already went through all that stressful shit, right? Like I look back and I'm like, man, it'd been nice if I could have called. My pops was dead. I didn't have – I had some good veterans around me, don't get me wrong, but just some of the times I would just deal with that stress and anxiety and worry on my own. I look back and I'm like, man, I wish I had really known what the deal was, and I wouldn't have had to worry about that stuff. So you hit me up anytime.
Yeah, I think being around like you and guys that did it before has helped a lot too. And then when I went to the NFLPA Bowl, being around guys like Eddie George and stuff, they were telling us about the mistakes that they made from and what they learned from helped a lot too.
100%. When you get there, and listen, the D-line room can be weird. It's like the DBs. You might get a good group, you might get a bunch of renegades. Just depends on where you end up. But if you get in a good D-line room, man, find the veteran. He's been there for a long time for a reason. Just follow him around. Ask him, annoy him. Kyle Williams. You know who Kyle Williams is?
I don't think so.
So Kyle's a little 6'1" white redneck from Louisiana who played 13 years in the NFL. Went to like 7 Pro Bowls. He was my mentor, one of my mentors when I was younger. Fought him everywhere. He had a great marriage, healthy kids, loving family, and he made a lot of money. So I'm like, I want that guy's life. You know what I mean? I didn't want his wife. I didn't want his kids. I wanted my own wife and kids. But I wanted the long career, the financial stability, give my wife a life that she could have only dreamed of in Powell, Tennessee. So he would be like, bro, can you just get away from me? And I'm like, no, I will not get away from you. I want what you have. So, and now we're the dear friends. He's high school football coach down in Ruston, Louisiana, living in his big swanky house and doing great. But that was one thing is I was going to follow around those dudes, man, because I wanted what they had. And the majority of the time, dudes that have already made it and made plenty of money, they're so confident in themselves and that they're like, you go to Denver, you go to Atlanta with Grady Jarrett, follow that joker everywhere, right? Because Grady's going to be Grady. He ain't worried about you taking his job. He's a confident dog, but he wants to help everybody. So hopefully you'll have a guy like that. That would be my advice. Find the vet. Just chase him around. Even if it's a linebacker. Heck, even if it's a DB, he'll teach you how to get in the hot tub here, get in the cold tub here, get your massage this day, eat this, let this be your party night if you're a partier, which you're not a partier, so.
You'll be chilling.
Yeah, just let this be your date night with your wife. Let this be the time that you get a bunch of extra film study in. Just that schedule that veterans have, because we all screwed it up when we were young. Don't screw it up. Just chase them around. That's the way I kind of rolled. But that's awesome. So you gonna make Tennessee home when you're done?
That's what I plan on doing. Yeah, going back. Probably Middle Tennessee, somewhere around Nashville.
Yeah.
Buy some land and hopefully buy some cows one of these days.
Yeah, I like it.
Be a stay-at-home dad.
That's right. The problem is you don't know who you're gonna marry yet. You got a girl, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's your forever girl, huh?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
We've
there
been
you go.
together about 6 years.
Oh, so you're good. You're good. Not the worst. The problem is probably a wrong word too. The issue is when these dudes meet chicks once they get in the NFL, and then it's like, man, I really want to live in Tennessee, and Mama always wins that battle, always. Yeah. So when Mama wants to live somewhere different, then dudes they're coming to me like, bro, she wants to live in Minnesota, and I'm like, oh God, But good, you got your girl, man. That's awesome. I know you remember you telling me that. Valentine's dinner tonight, right?
Yeah.
6 p.m.
A little Italian restaurant.
Which one?
Bravo's.
Did you wait till the last minute and miss reservations, or was that pre-planned?
No, we already planned to go. We already planned to go Wednesday because she was a little sick last week, so we was gonna do it this past weekend, but she was sick, so we just went ahead and did it Wednesday. That's her half a day at work, so it made sense.
Working woman too.
Yeah, every day.
Look at you.
Every day.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I've always gone and bought gifts the day before. I'm the worst. I don't forget, but I'm a last minute guy.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too.
Yeah, this year I went 2 days before, so I was all fired up. But then I had to hide it like in my truck. It's almost worse to go 2 days before. Just go the day before and get up at 5 a.m. Go get it done. But yeah, maybe one of these days bring your lady over to the house, let her meet Alicia, because that's another big thing, man. Is like the wife side of it. We get to go hang out with our boys all day long. If your girl ends up moving with you, or once y'all get married and start a family, getting to know the other girls on the team, and it's just as much of a grind for the women moving all over the country and chasing our butts around as it is players. So anything on that front. My wife's as crazy as I am. She loves helping folks. Yeah. Alicia's the best. She was good to a lot of the wives over the years, so that's awesome. Well, what's your biggest worry, man? Tell me something you're nervous about. What are you nervous about in the next thing? You're so chill and laid back. You don't ever
nervous. I don't be too nervous, but I guess probably just being like, where am I gonna be at? Kind of just you don't have no idea. Might be in the South, might be up north somewhere cold. Don't really know. So.
There it is. So you're worried about the cold.
I ain't too worried about the cold, but if I could pick somewhere that's mild, I'd rather be mild. But you gotta just go where you can go to.
Let me tell you something crazy. So I'm getting ready for the draft, and I remember saying to myself, just not Oakland or Buffalo. Like, just anywhere else, but Oakland or Buffalo. And I didn't know nothing about California. You just kind of hear Oakland's this and Oakland's that. Played 10 years in both those places. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. Buffalo is, I did a little podcast with some of the Buffalo guys yesterday, and it's just, Buffalo's miserable to live. It is. Certain times of the year, it just is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. But I loved it there, man. So, like Green Bay, Buffalo, like there's some you'll get a feel of love for it because you're gonna be a Southern boy your whole life. So it's cool to get those different experiences.
Yeah,
I'm a redneck from Powell, and then all of a sudden I'm a Californian and a New Yorker. So my kids, they actually got some sense. Unlike Dad, they've been around the block. So it's cool. But I'll tell you what, that year I won't lie. The year in Atlanta last year was nice because it just felt familiar. Felt like home. Yep. But it's also cool that my kids got to experience so much in the NFL, which has been awesome. Well, buddy, I got so much love for you. Give Coach Rich, let's give Coach Rich and Emily a shout out. Let's go. Let's make them uncomfortable. They don't like getting too much love. Give them a shout out for how they've been. How they've been around.
They've been great, man. They pushing us every day, getting us in shape. Actually, getting a lot stronger too, like in a quickly manner. So it's been great. Then they're teaching us a lot, just how to like take care of our bodies, like massages and getting that sports stretch on Friday. Because I never had a sports stretch, but I can feel the difference now too. So that's been nice. So I definitely got to get that in my in my book too, and get ready to pay for it.
No question, man. And that's one thing I'll tell you straight up is like, and that's why the massage is here. That's why the sports stretch is here. Like Latrell Bumhpus only has one body. God ain't giving you a second one. So if I look, you see these guys like Russell Wilson, they spend $1 million a year on their body. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? Getting blood transfusions or something? And I don't even know how that's possible. But I'm sure him and Ciara have private chefs and all kinds of crazy stuff that he's putting in that $1 million.
Yeah.
But for all of us normal folks that aren't quarterbacks and married to musicians, like, spend it. I don't care what it costs. You see how much value that sports stretch has now. You see the massages. You can do chicken wings and pizza a little bit when you're young, but we'll get Ashley Gomes, a nutritionist you've been working with here. Let her help you, because all that stuff makes a huge difference, man. If I look throughout my career, I don't know if it was 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, whatever it was. I sure wasn't spending $1 million a year like Russell says he does, or some of these guys. But I spent a lot of money on my body, and it's like you get one more year. It's the best investment of your life, right? So I'm glad you're learning that here and getting that stuff, which is awesome because it's so huge, man. Keep your body right, keep you flowing, and then Rich and Emily are the best. They're the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
They're the dynamic duo. So I'm glad you guys have them. Makes our combine product pretty dang good.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a great experience. I'm thankful for it.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here, buddy. You're one of our favorites, and anything you ever need from me, ever, here on planet Earth, you say the word and get it done. And we will definitely go shoot some animals in the near future. Once you get drafted and get a little money in your pocket, after next season, we'll go on a big hunt trip.
That's cool with me. I'll be down anytime.
All right, Bump.
Thank you.
All right, man.